of our region. So if they show up, oh, I can do it. I'm in control. I got my own region. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't have to multitask. I will try. There's supposed to be time, so it's 30 seconds. Let's give it. There's a couple out there when I'm done. I'll know it didn't work. Okay. So thank you to OneMN.org, Growth and Justice, and all of the wonderful people who planned this event. We are thrilled that you chose our region to host this gathering, and we're excited to share our corner of the state with each of you. And I'm especially excited about the process that will unfold over the next several days. For those not familiar with Southwest Initiative Foundation, we're a regional community foundation, a nonprofit that serves the 18 counties and the 2 native nations of Southwest Minnesota. We're headquartered in Hutchinson, and we're one of the 6 Minnesota Initiative Foundations founded by the McKnight Foundation amid the rural economic crisis of the mid-1980s. Together, we've been working in our communities across the state for 32 years. And we share some common programming like early childhood and business financing. And we all each have focus areas specific to our unique rural regions. 3 of my colleagues are here today, and I'm just delighted to be sharing this time with them. When Jane asked me to open today's session, she said, Southwest Minnesota is a special place, a collective home of great heart and great wisdom, and I didn't know that her family roots were here, but she is spot on. There is so much to treasure here. I love the community pride that people hold so deeply for their hometown, no matter how long it has been their home. I love the variety of the landscape, from rolling prairies, I grew up in western South Dakota, so it feels like home, to pristine lakes as you get just north here. And I love the hidden gems in every community. Every community has something special and unique. Gift shops, restaurants, museums, wineries, and breweries are really springing up around our region. Parks and world-class companies. We obviously have a rich history of agriculture and innovation here. You can see that no matter which way you drove in. 78% of our region's 7.9 million acres is tillable farmland. And our multi-generational farm families and research companies are feeding the world. Manufacturing accounts for 22% of all of our private sector jobs. You may not have driven a Challenger tractor that was built at AGCO in Jackson, or an International Harvester cotton picker that was built at Case in Benson, but Southwest Minnesota products are at your fingertips, like the bread bag twist ties made at Bedford Industries in Worthington, millions of feet of bread bag twist ties a day, and Post-it notes made at 3M's largest North American production facility in Hutchinson. The Neander Art Crawl in the Upper Minnesota River Valley that will take place this fall right through Granite Falls. Fantastic ethnic restaurants in downtown Willmar. The Lower Sioux Agency Historic Site near Morton. And Fagin Fighters World War II Museum down the road here in Granite Falls are just a sampling of the many attractions and events that draw people to the prairie. And if you want to experience cultures from around the world on a budget, head to Worthington, July 12th through the 14th for the 25th Annual International Festival. And it is truly amazing to see people from around the world who call Worthington home come together and celebrate their unique cultures and share them. Although, unfortunately, Southwest Minnesota, like the rest of the country, is also home to a growing number of youth living in poverty. Southwest Minnesota, or Southwest Initiative Foundation, is working to change that. 2 years ago, after decades of working to identify and address a wide range of economic and social issues, our Southwest Initiative Foundation Board of Directors made the strategic decision to shift from seizing countless opportunities that require time and resources to focusing our efforts in a way that will deliver the greatest impact for the future of our region. And so they made the commitment that over the next 10 years, Southwest Initiative Foundation will become the regional champion and the inclusive partner to close the opportunity gap so that every child in our region, from cradle to career, can reach their full potential. During this time frame, we will continue experiencing shifts in demographics, which you'll hear about next. To give a Southwest Minnesota snapshot, 20% of our population is already over the age of 65. Yet, in the next 25 years, we're projected to grow from our current 276,000 to 316,000 people. And in 13 of our 18 counties, 100% of our population growth will come from people of color. Immigrants are already making a significant contribution to our region. Without these new families, many communities would be feeling the impact of out-migration. Instead, main streets are being revitalized, jobs are being filled, and new businesses are sprouting up. Our rural communities benefit from the entrepreneurial spirit, rich cultural traditions, and strong work ethic of our newest residents. We are not without our challenges, but I truly believe that we are headed in the right direction. The vitality of our region and the strength of our rural economy depends on everyone being able to contribute. We heard about that yesterday. And it starts before birth. We need to ensure all kids, our Indigenous children, our seventh generation immigrant children, and our first generation immigrant children get the best possible start to life. And we're calling this work Grow Our Own. We believe that preparing the next generation to reach their full potential is a long-term economic development strategy with a triple bottom line return. Our kids win. They are healthy, well-educated, and ready to participate in the world of work. Our communities win. Precious resources that might otherwise go to short-term remediation, such as incarceration and public assistance, are instead available for investment in infrastructure and innovation. And our businesses win. More young people are entering the world of work ready to fully participate. And most importantly, we have to remind ourselves often, we're supporting all of our Southwest Minnesota kids because it's simply the right thing to do. We're using a cradle-to-career framework that has 5 key components that are the focus of our efforts today. First, ensuring that all children have access to high-quality early care and education. We, like so many of you, are neck deep in working with communities to address the child care crisis in our region that's really putting a strain on families and businesses. Second, ensuring that all kids have an engaging K-12 experience both in and out of school. We're supporting innovative mentoring and experiential learning programs and incorporating the latest brain science around ACEs, or adverse childhood experiences, into our learning because we recognize the profound impact toxic stress has on a child's ability to thrive. Third, we're creating on-ramps to success in the workplace. We are supporting innovative models of education that equip students for the world of opportunities that exist right here in Southwest Minnesota. New partnerships between schools and businesses are giving students access to career and technical education that is real world and real time. More about that over the course of the day. We'll continue to advance big ideas and support evidence-based programs that will allow all of our children to reach their full potential right here at home. And of course, we can't do it alone. Southwest Initiative Foundation doesn't do anything on our own. We rely on relationships and partnerships, which is why it's so exciting to work alongside so many our local citizens, our regional development organizations, and national networks. Together we listen, we learn, we share what works and what doesn't, so we can push the best ideas forward and keep our collective momentum going. We know that for children to thrive, the entire family must also, which is why the other 2 pillars of our framework are about stable, secure families and caring, thriving communities. And that's really what Thriving by Design, Rural and Urban Together is about. In May, I traveled to Washington, D.C. for an event hosted by the U.S. Partnership on Mobility and Oncology, And my friends are probably tired of hearing me talk about this because it's got me really fired up. The partnership was a 2-year project funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and I encourage you to check out their report titled Restoring the American Dream. 2 partnership members, Arthur Brooks, a leading conservative voice and president of the American Enterprise Institute, and John Powell, a progressive thought leader and director of the Haas Institute for Fair and Inclusive Society at UC Berkeley, provided a compelling joint presentation about the need for equity and unity. I tell you, I was so heartened by the fact that these 2 men who stand so firmly on opposite ends of the ideological spectrum could find common ground in the shared values of dignity and opportunity for all. In an article they co-wrote for CityLab, which is an online publication of Atlantic Media, they note that a competition of ideas is healthy, but it requires a deep moral consensus, a shared belief in the equal dignity of all people. Arthur Brooks said that when it comes to big issues, you won't find solutions if you just think harder in the old way. We've heard that before. You need to think in a new way. This statewide gathering is about really coming together and is intended to make us think long and hard about what's best for all of Minnesota. It's about collaboration, it's about common sense, and it's about new ideas. Minnesotans represent dozens of cultures and ethnic backgrounds. And while our differences help create the rich tapestry that makes each community across the state special and unique, we share a common bond that John Powell says is rooted in a deep desire for dignity, belonging, agency, and power. I believe we have an incredible opportunity to learn from and with each other today and build lasting relationships that will help us move new policy and practice forward. Minnesota's future is bright because so many people care about each other, about our next generation, and about this place we call home. So let's get into this work together because we can and because we care. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kennedy. So perfectly